Chapter 2 Collection of Data. In this class we can study about data collection. In economics we know we record a lot of data and we need to analyze the data, and after that we need to read some policies or like that formulation of policies. These things we record in economics. For analyzing the data we need lot of things like some tools we record, okay, like variable, average, like that different tools we record. Here you can see one example. In that one it's about crop, food crop. The variables are generally represented by the letters X, Y, Z. Each value of variable is an observation. Here you can see two variables. One is year, and year is represented by the variable X, and food grains are represented by the variable Y. Okay, here you can see the data. Each year what is the analysis, what is the rate and what is the growth, these things we can see. In the food grains growth we can see. Data is a tool to help understanding the problem by providing information. Then here you can see 1970 it is 108, 78 132, 1990 it is 176, 2016 272, like that different methods are there. We can see the data and we can analyze the data. Okay, then now we can study how we can collect these data. Here you can see 70 it is 70 71 it is 108, and 78 79 132. Then now we can study how we can collect the data. That one how we can collect. Then in statistics, where is the sources of data? These things we need to study in this lesson. Okay, then statistical data can be obtained from two sources. Okay, then first one is primary data and second one is secondary data. Means one researcher or one enumerator. Researcher means who is collecting the data. If he is directly collecting, conducting an inquiry and directly collecting, that one is primary data. Okay, if you are, suppose we can take an example, number of students in a school, we can go to the school. Suppose you are a enumerator or surveyor, you can go to that school and you can collect the data directly from that school. Then we can call it as primary data. Okay, suppose if you are collecting through secondary data, what you can do? You can take from publishers, or you can take from newspapers, or you can take from internet, or like that you can collect the data from government reports or documents or from books. Okay, that one is secondary data. Means if you are collecting the data directly, that one is primary data, and when we are collecting the data from other sources or from website or from books or from documentaries or from newspaper, then it is secondary data. Then what is the use of secondary data? Primary data means we need to go to that school, we need to collect the data. But in the case of secondary data, we can save the time. Okay, from internet we can search in online and we can collect the data. It can save the time, and after that, suppose if we are collecting like that, after that we know if government collected that data, then that data will be accurate or it will be correct. Okay, after collecting that data we can analyze that data. Okay, if somebody uses the data collected by you for a similar studies, it becomes secondary data. Suppose you collected directly, you went to school and you collected the data. After that, another one person asking with you and you are giving that data, then it is secondary data. Then two types of data are there, primary data and secondary data. Okay, then sources of data, there are two sources of data, primary source of data and secondary source of data. Primary source of data, it implies collection of data from each sources of origin. Okay, secondary source of data, it implies collection of data from some other agency or institution which already happens to have collected the data through statistical survey. Already collected data we are using, then it is secondary source of data. Okay, then types of data, two types of data, primary data and secondary data. Primary data collected by the investigator directly and for his own purpose, that one is primary data for the first time. Okay, from beginning to end are called primary data. Primary data means investigator directly collecting the data from beginning to end are called primary data. Secondary data means these data have already been collected by somebody else and these are available in the form of published or unpublished report. Okay, it will be in a report. Okay, from that report we are collecting the data means it is secondary data. Then two types of data are there, primary data and secondary data. Then principal difference between primary data and secondary data. Primary data are original and secondary data already in existence and therefore it is not original. Okay, already it is, we didn't collect directly, then it is not original. Okay, then primary data do not need any adjustment. Secondary data need to be adjustment suit the objective of the study in hand. Okay, sometimes it will be last academic year number of students, then we need to alternate some changes we need to do. Okay, that one is the problem with secondary data. Primary data are expensive and secondary data are less expensive. Primary data means we need to go to that school, we need to collect, it will take time, sometimes we need to go to 2 or 3 times, then it is expensive. And secondary data means we can search in online or we can take from government or we can take from some news channel, then it is that one is the negative side of primary data. It is expensive. Secondary data are less expensive. Okay, then now we can study how do we collect the data. Okay, we can conduct a survey and we can collect the data, asking question about particular product or to group of people, then we can collect the data. Okay, the purpose of survey is describe some characteristic like price, quantity, quality, usefulness and popularity, honesty, like that we can ask the question depends on these characters. Okay, the purpose of survey is to collect data. The survey is a method to collect information from individuals. Survey is a method of gathering information from individuals. Then what is survey? It is a method of collecting information from individuals. Then how we can prepare instruments means before conducting survey we need to prepare some questions. Okay, that one we are calling as questionnaire or interview. We can conduct a questionnaire. Then we need some instruments, we need some questions. Then after fixing that questionnaire we can interview that person or we can schedule that interview. Okay, the questionnaire is either self-administered by the respondent or administered by the researcher or enumerator. Enumerator means that researcher or trained investigator. Okay, then while preparing the questionnaire, you should keep in mind the following points. What are the following points? First one, the questionnaire should not be too long. Okay, if we are asking a long question, then people will not show interest to give answers. It should be small, like yes or no, like that. It should be small question. Okay, the questionnaire should not be too long. The number of questions should be as minimum as possible. Otherwise, what will happen? People what will do? They will not show interest for answering the question. Then questionnaire should not be too long. It should be small, and more than that one, it should be minimum as possible. Okay, it should be minimum as possible. Next one, the questionnaire should be easy to understand and avoid ambiguous or difficult words. We need to avoid sometimes people will not understand difficult words. That reason we need to ask with like simple question, like that we need to ask. Okay, then next one, the question should be arranged in an order such that person answering should feel comfortable. Okay, then person should be arranged in an order that person answering should feel comfortable. It should be comfortable. People should be comfortable, like that we need to ask. If you are asking personal question, sometimes people will not answer. That reason it should be in a it should be in a arranged order, and it should feel comfortable. Okay, then the series of questions should move from general to specific. It should be from general to specific. We need to ask general question, then last need to reach in particular question. Okay, the questionnaire should start from general question and proceed from specific one. Okay, for example, is increase in electricity charge justified? That one is one example. And is the electricity supply in your locality is regular? Instead of that one, these are the poor question. Instead of that one, you can ask, is the electricity supply in your locality is regular, and is increase in electricity charges justified? Like that you can ask simple question. Means this question should be precise and clear. Okay, means like here you can see, what percentage of income do you spend on clothing in order to look presentable? What percentage? Instead of that one, you can ask what percentage of income you are spending for clothing. Like that you can ask simple questions. Then the question should not be ambiguous, and they should enable the respondents to answer quickly or correctly. Like here on example is there, do you spend a lot of money on books in a month? Then good question, how much do you spend on books in a month? Okay, then you can answer like less. You can give option like less than 200, 200 to 300, more than 400. Like that you can give questions. The question should not use double negative. Another one point is, it should not be double negative, like don't you, would not you. Like that question you are asking means people will get confusion. Don't you think smoking should be prohibited? Instead of that one, you can ask, do you think smoking should be prohibited? Then person can give answer like yes or no. Okay, then question should not be leading to the question should not be a leading question which gives a clue about how the respondent should answer. How do you like a flavor of high quality tea? Okay, good question is, how do you like the flavor of this tea? Okay, like that you can ask the question simple. Okay, then people will answer fastly. The question should not indicate alternative to the answer. For example, would you like to do a job after college or be a housewife? Good question. What would you like to do after college? What would you like to do after college? Then like that you can adjust the question and you can prepare the questionnaire. The questionnaire consists of closed-ended question or structured question or open-ended question. The above question about the students want to do after college is an open-ended question. Okay, here you can see open-ended question means what would you like to do after college. Closed-ended question or structured question can either be a two-way question or a multiple choice question.